What is going on, guys? Chris Rudnik here, and we have been doing so much in the background. Before we start this video, I just want to apologize that we haven't been daily vlogging, but we've been doing merch, we've been doing things. I've been trying to get things set up to make it more easy. I now have a full-time editor. Thank you, Matt. And we got John behind the camera right now. We also just got a brand new camera. I want you guys to let me know down in the comment section below if you like this camera. We're gonna film the whole video with this. I used the money that I got from Max Peating Rods to invest it back in the channel and get a really nice camera. So here it is right now, but today's video is actually sponsored by Destroy or Die. Dan, the owner of Destroy or Die, he saw that I bought Bob's Miata right here, and you guys know this car has front lower control arm Destroy or Die, and it also has the super knuckles from Destroy or Die as well. Dan hit me up, he was like, yo, I saw your issue with the rear control arms and I want to help, and he sent these bad girls out for me. So the reason why you guys want these instead of the stock ones right here is, one, these are way heavier. These are actually a lot lighter. I mean, holy crap. Let me see. This arm is already shaking. You see that? Can you tell?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, this is, I wish I had a scale here, but this is dramatically heavier. And yes, there's a couple bushings, but these rubber bushings aren't gonna do shit for weight. These are a lot shorter to reduce camber without messing with your CV joints, so that is good as well. And on the stock control arm, there's a threaded piece where your suspension goes right here, and a lot of the times this actually strips out. It'll start to spin on you, and you'll have a real bad day trying to get your coilovers out or your suspension. This is fully threaded. You'll never have to worry about this piece stripping out right here. And let's be honest, it's a cool look. It's really nice. They also sell bushings on their website as well. I'm gonna put it in the description below. I didn't get the bushings because I already had this bag door right here. We took probably 45 minutes to figure out where all the bushings go and like all the numbers and stuff, but we are ready. We're gonna put the lower control arms in. We're gonna even out the coilovers on the ignorant Miata as well. And we're gonna pause this. I'm gonna go over to the Roadster and explain what we're doing to that car as well. Okay, so last time you guys saw the Roadster, we were at the track. What was it, last Friday? Dude, how come the days are going by so freaking fast? I feel like this got messed up like yesterday. Anyways, the intercooler piping, every time we turn to the right, it keeps rubbing against the intercooler piping. And last time I went around that last horseshoe, it actually hit so bad that it like sucked the intercooler piping off of the turbo. I ended up running it over. Jordan actually ended up fixing most of it. So this was all squished and this was squished as well. You can't see it because we have the coupler on. We tried to mock it up. It's still hitting. So Jordan's idea is to cut the engine bay here, which I'm completely okay with, because at this point in the game,
you can see where the intercooler piping's been caught up on it. You're gonna need light.
Was it hitting all right here?
Just right there.
Yeah, so
I'm gonna cut this back up to here and basically just try to follow this line right here and just kind of square it off just to get this out so that the pipe can fit up in there.
We can actually like squeeze it up a little more?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm not too worried about the engine bay because let's be real, I spray painted it. If you look inside, it's kind of I mean, this hole, we just used a hole saw and it's kind of ugly anyways, and we're cutting all right here, so none of it's actually structural. Did I say that right? Structural?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm smart. But yeah, none of it's structural, so we're good there. We're just gonna have a little bigger hole, but I'd rather have a bigger hole than try to win an autocross event and me run over my intercooler piping. So Jordan's gonna cut that. I'm gonna start to take the lower control arms off the ignorant Miata, and we're gonna fix a lot of stuff today. Let's build some shit. Okay, so I guess this is just a giant update video because we've been doing a bunch of stuff and not filming a bunch of stuff, but you can see that the tractor, it's apart again. The wheels are at the tire shop and we're trying to get all the wheels off, but this cock bag motherfucker won't come off. We've tried pullers, we've tried pry bars, we've tried hammers, we've tried all that stuff and it can't come off. So Will has one more idea to try, and we're probably gonna end up breaking a puller. But at this point, I just want to get the damn wheel off. I'm trying to bog deep, trying to go into the pond, flood it, break it, fix it, have fun. But I'm gonna bring the other 3 tires to the tire shop right now so we can get the swampers. I was gonna make that a separate video, but we don't got time for that. We got some grease right here. do you think this shit tastes like?
Nothing. It's silicone. I don't know why you put that in there.
It's like sticky.
High definition.
I'm a little nervous. Is this like poisonous?
Nah, silicone should be pretty inert.
So we're just gonna lube this up real quick. Get the bushings nice and lubey so they go in nice. You know, just pop that in. Not gonna put it all the way in yet. We're literally trying to do like 50,000 things at once today. I'm trying to go to the firm this weekend. I really want to bring the M2 and I really want to bring the Roadster. I want to go all weekend. So Saturday I would focus on driving the M2. Sunday I would focus on driving the Roadster and really see which one would get the best time, because I don't want to constantly jump from like one car to another the same day and like get really used to the M2 and then hop in the Roadster and be like, oh crap, what's going on? So I think if we just spread it out within 2 days, I can get like my ultimate driving experience. Yeah, the grease is nice because you don't have to hammer it, you can just kind of squeeze it down. Mallet? I think it's out there, right? Oh, nah, we don't use rubber mallets. I'll show you what I use. So, let's lube this up a little bit. Shove it in. If it wants to go in, clean your hands off so you don't get your new control arms greasy. $8,000 toolbox. Let's talk about it. You got the mallet, all right. We'll just save my toolbox some misery. I'm terrified I'm gonna hit my hand. All right, so I don't want to bore you guys. I'm just gonna go ahead. I'm gonna do that to all the sides. We got this sheet right here, so it tells us what bushings go where. So don't worry, it's all correct. So I think I actually just figured out something cool. I put the rod here, and I put the rod here. My guess is if I just hit this, you save yourself about 2 minutes of time because you only got to hit it once. Here we go. It kind of worked, but I kind of effed that. All right, don't do that. Just do it the normal way. Don't be lazy.
I made the hole.
That's a big hole, Jordan.
Good. All right, so I'm just getting all the silicone grease off, and these are ready to go. All the bushings are in, all the metal inserts. These two washers go on the front like this, because how the front gets bolted on, it's just this big bolt, and it squeezes it together, and then the washers help prevent from ruining the bushing. So now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna jump over to the car, we're gonna get a time lapse of just dropping those lower control arms. All right, so all the bolts are out of the lower control arm, so theoretically I should just be able to pull this like that. So if you guys haven't been following along, the reason why we're getting rid of these control arms, not only are they stock junk and the bushings are shot, but my buddy Bob, he's a bit of a stance boy, and he got these modified so the shock actually sits lower below the lower control arm, so he can go ultimate super butthurt low. I actually want to drift this car, I want to drive it and have fun with it, so we got the Destroy or Die to replace this. Thank you so much, Dan. I think he's pretty good at his own advertising because now I got the lower fronts, the lower rears, and now I need the upper fronts and the upper rears and the knuckles. So Dan, if you want to keep working together, www.destroyordie.com in the description below. Check them out. Oh, we need to get this one out. This should be easy too. Cool. I have no idea where I'm going to get an alignment for this. We're kind of screwed. So before I actually put the Destroy or Die lower control arms in, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take the coilovers completely out so I can actually measure them. Because right now, one side, I think it's the left side, it's like hella low, and the right side, it's a lot more raised because when my buddy Bob put this car together, he just kind of threw it together. He didn't really measure it, which is fine because it was all test fitting anyways, but I want this to be like the final stance per se. We can get an alignment from East Bumblefuck. I don't know where the hell we're gonna do that, but might as well just measure these when they're halfway out. All right, so when I initially got this car and I was raising it, I was worried to raise it too much because I was afraid that this collar didn't have enough threads right here, and that if we went drifting or something, that this would have just snapped off because it didn't have enough thread. So now we can actually see. And I don't know if this is, I don't know if it's missing something, but it should have a lock collar right here, because that's what stops this from going back and forth. I mean, I guess it can't really move too much because it's like bolted in the car, but every other coilover system I've seen has a lock collar and these don't. So that's a little weird, but not that much. That was what, 5 threads, maybe?
I couldn't even tell you.
So that's a little sketchy. Thankfully, we can go kind of more up, because now that we don't have that 1-inch drop on the lower control arm, it should, no matter what, raise the car. And the rear didn't even have to go up that much, so we should be pretty good. Just clean this off, and we're gonna measure out the coilover, make sure they're both adjusted, and we'll do the front as soon as we get the lower control arms back in the car. All right, so we adjusted preload, all that's good. We made sure that was fine. Now we're gonna measure this. This is 1 3/4. This is 1 3/4. This needs to go just 1 turn out. 1 3/4. So now we can actually put this back in the car. I have no idea how high or low this is gonna be, so we might have to readjust it again. But all that matters is now every time we do an adjustment and we do the same adjustment to the other side, it's always gonna be even, so we're good there. So while I was working on the ignorant Miata, Jordan was working on the Roadster, as you guys saw. If you look over here, he cut all of this out so we can actually suck the intercooler piping up, so when we actually turn the wheel, it's no longer hitting the intercooler piping. Now the only thing that we need is, if you look here, this coupler is all the way torn, and also the rear, or the other one that connects to the intercooler, is torn as well. I already called Havoc Speed. They are holding both couplers. This is a 2-inch to 2.5-inch reducer, or I guess it would be the other way, 2.5 to 2-inch reducer, and then the other is just a 2.5 straight. Called him. We're gonna pick that up in the morning, and the Roadster should be good to go. By raising it up, the intercooler pipe is a little too small. So what we're gonna do tomorrow is, once we put the couplers on, we're gonna beat the fucking balls out of this thing, and we're gonna try to make this intercooler piping pop. If it pops, we have to actually bring this to Harvey. He needs to extend the intercooler piping so it actually sits on the turbo all the way. If it doesn't pop, we're gonna go full send at the firm. And if it doesn't pop tomorrow, because I'm really gonna give her the beans, it's never gonna pop. So wish us luck there. Jordan cut a hole today.
Jordan cut a hole today.
It's a nice hole. I like your hole. Can I touch your hole? I really want to try to beat world record, like so bad, dude. When I was younger, I really loved pogo sticking, right? And I was like, I can do the pogo stick world record. Without looking, I just started pogoing, right? I swear to God, I did it for like an hour and a half. I'm like, yo, I'm killing it, this is great. My friend got me like a juice box. I was sipping on the juice box, having a good time. I fell after like 2 hours, like, let me look it up, I bet you I beat it. 19 hours, it was like 180,000 hops or something. I'm gonna find a world record. Actually, that's gonna be the next podcast. I'm gonna research a bunch of world records that I think that I can beat, and then I'm gonna try to do them on the podcast. Odds are I probably won't beat one, and even if I did, we don't have like one of those referees or whatever you freaking need, but in my head, I don't know. I don't even know if I showed you guys this. This has a pretty cool sub, JL Auto. That's kind of junk, isn't it?
I think it's actually pretty good.
Is it? I mean, I used it. It bumps pretty good. It's got some carbon Miata stuff in it too, so that's nice. I mean, for a drift ignorant trunk, she ain't bad. But coilovers are in. They're all tight. We're gonna go ahead. We're gonna raise the car back up, and we're gonna put the lower control arms in. Let's lower her. That's sketchy as fuck, dude. I don't know, cause like I like this car to be ignorant, but at the same time that's practical, you know? It's not too high, it's a little high for sure, but it's, I don't know. What do you think, John, honestly?
I kind of like it actually. I don't think it's that bad. I mean,
realistically, this is probably good because we have to put more tire on it anyways. This is a 205, I mean, we're either gonna go to a 215 or a 225 for drifting. So once there's more tire, there won't be as much gap, or it won't look as naked. At the same time, should I even be drifting with these?
Oh no, they're way too nice.
$3,000 wheels drifting? Yeah, I think we're gonna leave it that height in the rear. Sorry for all my stance butthurts out there. Trust me, I'm like kind of butthurt, but at the same time, like when I'm like full sideways having a good time, I'm not gonna give a fuck about how high or low the car is, and I hate bottoming out. So I don't know, I think that's good. We still have to take apart the front and adjust the coilovers and make sure those are even as well. Job well done. Thank you Destroyer Die for sponsoring this video. My basketball skills, I'm gonna try to go through the beam up there, the little triangle piece, right in. Ready? I was kind of close, right? Like, whatever, take the wheels off. All right, we just gotta get the top hats off and coilovers are out. That was kind of fast.
Speed running the hood opening, cracking the windshield, doing all the good stuff.
I can almost run. Drop. Yeah, we're gonna need a pry bar. I would lean on it, yeah. Just careful that doesn't slip or you'll die. Text your last wishes. Yeah. To be honest, I don't even know why I am trying to take the coilover out. I can just measure it in the car and do it in the car. I think I'm just gonna do that because the problem I'm having is I'm trying to just unbolt the upper control arm. But if you could see, there's like a stud inside like where the sway bar mounts in there. Can you see that, John?
Yeah, more or less.
And then the bolt is getting stuck. I tried to take like a wrench and like hammer the wrench to get the bolt out, but now it's getting stuck and I want to cry. So, the coilover on the passenger side is 3 5/8. This one on the driver's side is 3 7/8. We're gonna go to 3 7/8 instead of 3 5/8. Because the 7/8 seems a bit safer because we have to add more tire. Yeah, look at this. We don't need this in our life, dude. I can probably fit my, never mind.
There's a torch being used.
There's a torch, dude.
You hear it?
Yeah, I do.
They're torching the tractor.
Yo, I'm a fucking champion, dude. I'm a fucking champion. 3 7/8, baby. All we have to do now, I should have just done that from the beginning. We just have to put this back up, tighten the top hats, and I think it's fair to say this thing can come off the lift. The power steering works 100%. We put the Destroyer Die lower controller arms on. I mean, realistically, it's probably not gonna be even. There's probably gonna be a little bit of rake somewhere, but we won't know until we completely put this on the ground. This thing's a nightmare to get on the lift. I feel like I have to burp and it's not coming out. I feel like I'm talking weird. All right, pause. Look at how many tools are out for a wheel. You can't make that up.
His wheel's bought.
That's all right. We only need it for one thing.
I mean, realistically, all I want to do is bog deep. Hey, Paul!
This is a madhouse.
Hashtag Florida things.
Freaking clown show out here. This is definitely the most Florida video to date. A small
Give me
update
a
for
piece
the
of pipe.
tractor.
Put it in the inside and I'll whack the pipe, dude. Jordan.
Huh?
After we've exhausted 3 pullers, what else have we fucked up? Excuse my language. 3 pullers, your hands, 10 batteries, 3 Dremel tools that we don't even know are out here.
Yeah, I just locked up the brakes. Like for some reason, when I'm under boost and then I go right to the brakes, it doesn't work for a second.
That's weird.
Yeah, so we gotta figure that out. Throw in the comments what you guys think that is, but this car is kind of done. I want to thank Destroy or Die one more time for sponsoring this video. Dan, dude, you always know I'm down to give you guys a shout out, so if you ever want to work something out, I'm your man. They have S-chassis stuff, they have Miata stuff. Just go check out their website. They got a bunch of cool stuff for drifting and all of that, and I can't wait to actually, that was like kind of like my first real drift with the car, and it wasn't even anything, and it felt awesome. If you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you guys want to subscribe for more, subscribe for more. We used both lifts today. That is the first time we actually used both lifts. Literally the first time. So, hell yeah to that. We got a lot of stuff done tonight. And hopefully that tire gets off before tomorrow. Peace out, guys.
Alright guys, so I hope you enjoy the new camera and my editing. Thanks to Dan from Destroy or Die yet again. This was a pretty crazy video. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it in general. Just overall, ton of stuff, pretty packed video.
Recording me? Are you spying on me? Hello? You're a dickhead.